pole vaults, the focus has been hit the landings, and that was just about perfect. That vault only starts from a 9.95, so 9.925 was almost perfect.
So that's 3 straight career highs for her on that event. She now has 13 9.8s or better this year on all events combined. And then Alice Theodoro backs it up with another 9.925 in the anchor spot, 49.3, best of the year. That's 14 out of 15 now, which they've hit 49. And they're not even looking at 49 anymore. They are improving quickly. Talking to Jay Santos, the head coach, before the meet, he told me, you watch. This team's on fire right now, getting better, getting healthy. They understand their lineups now. Meantime, for UCLA, well, what are you going to say? I mean, there were 4 falls altogether by 3 different athletes: Potterio, Childs, and Taubman, who was throwing in that anchor spot for UCLA. Just a meltdown for the Bruins.
You know, I think in the warm-up, their athlete took that spill, and it was like, just from there, they couldn't recover, they couldn't regroup, there was lineup changes, and then they never really found their rhythm, but they need to block that out. You know, gymnastics, you always say it's not over till it's over. There's 3 other events. They have potential to be strong on vault, of course, balance beam, and floor exercise, so they just need to let it go and regroup right here.
So Flatley, and they had to have it, stepped up, and she had 29 straight hits. She counted as 30 now. She comes through with all the noise around her and having to wait, her teammates falling. Nora Flatley goes 9.925 in the 5-hole for UCLA. Remember, she would have been in the anchor spot, but they changed their lineup. Either way, she scores big.
Huge Jaeger flip, way above the bar, but she stands out because of her form and her body line, hitting that handstand, and then finished it up with the high-flying double layout. Beautiful.
So even though UCLA gets to drop 1 of the falls, they have to count 2 falls. Can't believe, and I can't even remember the last time we saw UCLA have to count 2 falls on bars, which is traditionally a great event for them. But after 1 rotation, UCLA already finds itself down by almost a full 1.5 points, which is astronomical in gymnastics. Remember again that Arizona State has been getting closer and closer to UCLA statistically, but they still hadn't beaten UCLA since January 26th, 2001. That's 19 straight meets. And now they have a 1.5 point lead. That's like leading 28-0 in a football game after the first quarter. And they're at home. Santos, Jay Santos and Jessica Santos, the co-head coaches here, Tempe, have done a marvelous job in their 5+ years now. What they've done to this program, the way they've turned it around, brought the energy back to this room, the crowd's coming back in. And look, it's a holiday weekend, and we're gonna have over 3,000 people in Desert Financial Arena. This is a good gymnastics program, and it wants to be considered with UCLA, with Utah, with Oregon State, right, with California. They think they belong there, but first you gotta prove it. So 49-3 for the Sun Devils after 1, and a big lead with 3 to go.
Focusing on like what I could do to contribute to the team, and I was very, very grateful for the season that I had. And I feel like the difference between last year and going into sophomore year, I really looked up to the leadership that was on my freshman year team, and I really wanted to be a part of like a leadership role. And I feel like that's just kind of what I committed to for this season, to be more in a leadership role, whether that's gymnastics-wise or anything that I could do for my teammates, and that's being more vocal, or helping out with little things, in life. Like, I feel like that's just kind of where I really wanted to commit to and contribute to my team, and I think that, well, hopefully, I have been doing that.
Shea Campbell, the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, and she had a spectacular freshman season. She was the Pac-12 floor champion, co-champion. She finished 5th at the NCAAs on beam, 7th on floor, and 14th in the all-around as a freshman. Campbell has 61 straight routines without a fall. Well, Chris Waller has had to juggle lineups. He's been challenged this year. Right now, Chris Waller just needs a moment alone. He pulled his team in, and he barked at the Bruins. He told them, "You're better than this. I need to see some grit. I need to see some fight." They had 4 falls by 3 different gymnasts in the first rotation, and UCLA posts a 47 8.25. They found themselves down by 1.5 points after one rotation. And now here comes the vault lineup, which by my count has changed 4 times since I got out of the car.
That's not always easy for the athletes to have all of the changes, but this can be a great event. They just need to settle down. They have some strong vaulters. They need to be clean. They need to relax, not try too hard, right? Just have fun.
Amanda, they look tight. We're not used to seeing UCLA react like this.
Well, 3 falls on your first event would make any team tight, so.
Well, you start out on vault. Pac-12 vault champion, Sakai Wright.
And there you go. She looked relaxed. She floated that layout full in for a great landing. Made it look effortless. At this point, UCLA just needs to remember why they're all out here. They love gymnastics. They just need to have fun doing it.
Sakai coming back from injury at Stanford, so that's just her second vault of the year. She had a 9.825 last week. That was good work and the right start. Uneven bars for ASU in the second rotation. Jada Mangahas, who we saw with a 9.85 on vault.
Pike Jaeger flip. Wow, great extension to catch that. Gave her a nice swing down to the low bar. A little short on both of those cast handstands. Those are small deductions. Full twisting double back. Right on top of that landing. And you can just feel the energy, right? You mentioned there's lots of fans in the building, but there's something different about this team. They look confident, they're out here having fun, and they're doing some great gymnastics.
Mangahas, a regular in that bars lineup, and 4 out of 5 coming into this meet have been at least 9.8. Her best was a 9.875. That came on the road at Michigan. I was talking with Jay Santos before the meet about their schedule. They started at number 1 Michigan and then at number 2 Utah, and they have Oklahoma coming in here in a couple of weeks. And then in conference, you also have to face UCLA, and you have to face Cal, and you have to face Oregon State. It's just a brutal lineup, but that's how you get better. That's how you get used to NCAA competition.
Yeah, in gymnastics, it's not about if you win or lose. It's about the scores you put up. And when you're going against those bigger teams, it challenges you to go big.
Kendall Poston.
Difficult vaults. Ooh. That handspring pike front half. Looked a little short on the landing. Had to take a step to the side. It's difficult because it takes a lot of extra power. You can see as she lands, her chest is down. Used to see that front handspring entry vault a lot in the 90s when the table was the vault, right? The sideways.
Right.
It just takes so much more power on the longer table. It does start from a 10.0.
9.875 from Mangahas, so the good scores continue to roll in for Arizona State. 9.875 ties her career best. Here's Gracie Reeves. They ended up dropping her score on vault. Now she's right back with a chance to contribute.
Huge Jaeger above the bar, directly connected down.
So her second of the year, had a 9.8 at Arizona last week. They would love another 9.8, or how about a 9.8 plus? All you gotta do is look at her face and that cloud of chalk dust.
There's no better way to finish a bar routine than with a perfect stick. It's like that exclamation point.
So Poston a 9.65, and wanted to mention Wright got the 9.875. I had skipped over that score earlier. That's a beautiful score for Wright and really set the tone, but they have to build off of it.
Laura Flatley, one of the athletes that have come in to the lineup. She's so calm and cool. Beautiful layout full.
Flatley just went 9.925 in the 5 spot on bars. Smiles for the camera, trying to put on a brave face on a tough day.
Nice form in the air, extending the hips as she landed. Just took that hop back.
She's mostly been in the 9.8s on vault this year. Did have a 9.85 against Arizona at home a couple weeks ago. Well, she's a leader, right? She's been here for a while, a senior now, has been through it. She's trying to circle the wagon, say, let's not give up yet. We got to work our way out of this. Remember, we're only at the midway point in the season. UCLA can start building back right now. Reeves just went 9-9 on bars. But for Reeves on bars, the 9-9 is a career high. Alex Theodoro just went 9-9-2-5, anchor spot on the vaults. Boy, Arizona State's coming at you in waves right now, aren't they?
Wow. Yeah, and being very aggressive at this event right now, going for their cast stands, release moves at full extension when they're catching.
She's got 9-8 3 times and a 9-8-5 at Michigan. Looking for another stick. They're on fire.
I talked about it earlier, that they've really wanted to put a whole meet together, and it's not just hitting. They've done that. It's taking it to the next level because they know they're capable of these high 9-8s into those 9-9 ranges, but you got to do it all in one routine and throughout the whole rotation.
It's a 9-8-5 for Flatley. So for Flatley on vault, that ties her career best. Brooklyn Morris.
Another front entry vault, pike front half. Nicely centered behind the table, just took that hop back.
She didn't vault last week at Stanford, but has gone 9-8-5 a couple of times this year.
Yeah, nice rotation, gave her plenty of room to get that half turn in. Just needs to bend her knees a little sooner as she lands, absorb that power.
Emma Malaburio is set to go next for UCLA, but we'll find out as we check the score over on bars with Alex Theodoro. No score in yet. Bar scores have been a little tardy. There it is, 9-8-5 for Theodoro. Emily White. Emily White on bars, her last two have been her best two. 9-8-5s at Oregon State and at Arizona.
Beautiful release right up to the high bar. Combination work. That bell handstand. Nice fluid swing out.
She's capable of a 9-9, had a 9-9-2-5 at Arizona last year. Can we ask for another stick?
Pretty darn close. What else do you want, Jim?
I say it here, it comes out there. Boy, a dichotomy in this sport has been amazing. UCLA with all kinds of problems on bars. Arizona State goes over there and rolls. Brooklyn Morris, 9-8-2-5. And it is going to be Emma next, Emma Malaburio. Pressure on every UCLA gymnast now. She's been improving gradually on this, 9-8-2-5 a couple of times. She's happy with it.
She is a beautiful gymnast. And remember, she's only a freshman. She has a ton of experience, international experience. So handling pressure is something she's used to. I mentioned I got to see her before competition and she was saying how much she loves it. But you know what she said she loves is getting to do gymnastics with my friends. As an elite gymnast, I was always alone. And I thought that was a great way to look at college gymnastics.
Jay Santos talking with Hannah Sharp, going through her routine, reminding her of a couple of mechanics. She says, I got this, coach. Bump these twists, get out of my way. Hannah Sharp has won on bars this year. All 5 of her scores been at least 9-8. Coming off a career high where she won at Arizona last week with a 9-9. And White just went 9-9.
Release combination. We see so many athletes doing that exact combination. Just a few weeks back in this particular routine, she missed that half pirouette. She looks confident. She does a full twisting double back to finish the routine out.
Look at the height. Oh, come on.
Wow, 5 great bar routines for Arizona State, so that means pressure is off that anchor spot. Take a look at her dismount, full twisting double back there. Little lean forward on the landing, so not a perfect stick, but another great routine for Hannah.
And they have Sarah Clark in the anchor spot, who's been their best on bars. 9875 from Malabuyo. So UCLA, if you drop Poston and Childs comes through, UCLA will actually recover with a really strong vault rotation, but you got to do it first. Childs on vault, 4 straight scores of 9875.
And look at the power. Another front entry vault. Like I said, we're starting to see more and more of these. To do the full twist out of that, though, takes tremendous power, something she's always been known for.
You know what she looked like there, Amanda? She looked like an Olympic silver medalist. That's what she looked like right there. Total control of that vault.
She did a great job letting go of what happened at bars. You can tell she was upset at that, but that's a redeeming moment. Her team needed her. She came through.
So for Arizona State, they had just got 49-3. We're still waiting for the final score to come in. 49-3 gave them a point-and-a-half lead after the first rotation. UCLA has answered back. UCLA's gone over 49 even before that last score is put into the computer. And here comes Sarah Clark. So Sarah Clark has been clutch. All of her bar scores this year have been 985 or better. 3 times she's gone 9875. Arizona State already has a 49.425 on bars. That's already booked. She can just improve. She can let it go.
Yeah, the score to beat is a 985. Sarah's got beautiful form, nice lines. Releases have been great.
Well, they've already booked a big score, and here comes your heat check. Wow, hold on to it.
Man, what a fun rotation to watch for Arizona State.
That was unreal. Mangahaus, 9875. Reeves, career high, 99. Theodoro, 985. White, 99. The score on Sharp was a 9-9, and now they're waiting to see what Clark got. They might end up dropping a 985. Another season best for Arizona State. After doing it on a vault, they back it up on bars.